The Phoenix Suns have decided to give one of their two-way contracts available to Duane Washington Jr. And I know what you're thinking.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea who this guy was until the signing went through, but I've been watching every highlight I could get my eyes on, every play I could get my eyes on, and I'm excited to break down for you our newest Phoenix Suns member, point guard Duane Washington Jr. Before I do, guys, please hit the like button. Now, absolute sharpshooter. I wanted Tyson Carter, and I still would be happy if we were to sign him, but Duane Washington is no slouch. It's really funny because the only reason Duane Washington is available is because the Pacers let him go so that they could make room to sign DeAndre Ayton, and of course we matched, and the rest is history. So a little bit about DW, as I'm calling him. Just kidding, that's cringe. He is 6'3", he went to Ohio State. This is his first season last season, and he got to play a lot of minutes because the Pacers were kind of in tank mode towards the end of the season. So he's got a lot of games above scoring 15 points per game. He's got quite a few 20-point scoring games, and the guy is just an absolute knockdown three-point shooter. Not great from the mid-range, but I think we've already got our mid-range shooting locked down with Booker and CP3. If anything, we kind of shoot the mid-range a little too much. I do not mind having a guy who is dedicated out there to slapping threes, and I probably am going to end up liking this guy more than Shamet, but I want to give him a couple of games in a Suns jersey before I make that decision. Now, he is listed as a point guard, but I'll be honest, he doesn't really play like a point guard. He plays like a two guard. His handles, not superb. They're not terrible, but they're not great. And he's really not much of a creator. Now, having said that, that's mostly statistically. I've seen him throw a lot of nice alley-oops. I've seen him lead the center into the paint with some nice passes. He's willing. It's just he seems to shoot a lot more than he passes. In about 20 minutes per game last season, he was averaging like 1.8, so just under 2 assists per game. Much more of a shooter, but at 6'3", he's stuck being a point guard. Now, we let Aaron Holiday go, and it's funny because we got him from the Pacers as well, but their games are not unalike. I talked with a couple of friends who've done some research on him, and we came up with some names of who we think that he reminds us of. So for myself and Romp, we think he reminds us of kind of a poor man's Dylan Brooks. Corey says he reminds him of a poor man's Patty Mills, and I think that those are pretty accurate. Now, just saying poor man because he's not to their level yet, but those are the ceilings that you could kind of look at and perhaps expect. Might be a Patty Mills, might be a Dylan Brooks. Those are the players that we think his game is mostly modeled after, or resembles, if you will. Now, Dwayne shot about 37.7% from the three-point line last season. Really good. His field goal percentage, not that great though, 40.5%. So like I'm saying, this guy really is much more of a three-point shooter. He doesn't do a ton of shooting off the dribble like you just saw there. He is more of a catch and shoot type of guy, but he really can create for himself as well. I'm excited to see if he can develop that even more. As far as defense goes, I'd say he's about mid to good as a defender, which fits in with our team. You got to be able to play some defense on this team. He's not the best, but he's not bad. I don't think he's going to be a problem on defense. And of course, he's only played one season, so he still has plenty of time to develop that part of his game as well. Now, I'm still waiting on Ish Wainwright to be getting some sort of money thrown at him, whether or not that's a two-way contract from the Suns or a minimum contract, even if it's less than what we gave Damian Lee. But I do understand that the Suns had to get another guard in the rotation. Right now, we are looking at a heavy dose of Cam Payne and probably Landry Shamet as the third guard. This alleviates that problem, but like I said, he's much more of a scorer. This is not I mean, you can see that lob right there. Why, I guess they counted that as a bucket, but he throws nice lobs, but he's not much of a creator for other people. So I still think we need to find another point guard, but I don't know if that's going to get in the way of signing Ish Wainwright, and I really hope it doesn't. Overall, though, I think that this signing was definitely a W for James Jones and the Phoenix Suns. I think we got a better two-way player than we've had in the last couple of seasons, other than Ish Wainwright. And like I said, I don't understand what the holdup is. They better make sure that Ish gets to come back to this team because he's so versatile and he has really proven that his three-point jumper is worth keeping on the team. That's it, guys. Hit the like. Thanks so much for hanging out. Go Suns.